Yo, YouTube is Anarchy of Darkness, also known as Circular to the Color Struck, and Dave Chappelle got in trouble again. So we're gonna watch his monologue and see what was the problem. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You will be helping me out a lot. Let's go.
And juice. I've never heard someone go out and sha-na-na tomorrow. I'll be like, where? Oh, what? Adidas dropped that nigga immediately.
Immediately. But you know, Adidas. Just for people to know, if I remember correctly, Adidas started was funding Nazis, if I'm not mistaken. It's like Coca-Cola was funding Nazis, Adidas was funding Nazis, Volkswagen started off as like their military stuff, built their military vehicles. NASA after the war snatched up Nazi scientists because can't let the other side have them, which was, I guess, was Russia. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Ironically, Adidas was founded by Nazis.
Oh shit!
They were offended.
Wow. Okay. Wait, hold up. I've seen that clip. I didn't see the clip all the way through. Now I got more context for this clip. The rules of perception, and he goes on. If they're black, they're gang. If they're Italian, they're the mob. If they're Jewish, it's a coincidence. You shouldn't speak on it. Now, here's the. Okay, so at first thought, wow, he's right. But what occurred to me just now is that that means those things are true. Like, if it's a group of Italians, they're the mob. If it's a group of black people, they're obviously a gang. All the black people who were beating up all those Asians during Stop Asian Hate and during the pandemic, those were all gang members. But these Jewish folk, it's a coincidence. Not the coincidence that shouldn't be spoke about. Well, part of the reason, especially with black people, obviously I talk about blackness on the channel. With black folk, anytime one of us do something, we're all painted with the same exact brush, right? That exact behavior is what happened to the Nazis in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. That's what happened with Hitler. Painted them all with the same brush, and it ended up in a genocide for their people in Germany and in Europe, in certain places in Europe. Yeah. So, okay. All right. First, yeah, I see why he's in trouble, or why people had a problem with that. The same way black people have a problem with when one of us do anything. Like, part of the reason why the police kill black people is because, the United States of America have painted us all to be these violent, dangerous, criminal thugs. So it's easy to say, I was scared, and pull their gun and shoot a black person. So that's okay. All right. We're only 4 minutes in. I can see why they were upset why they may be upset with that specific thing. Okay.
I draw the line. I know the Jewish people have.
Yeah, so that whole thing with Kyrie got a little wild. So, if you know me, if you follow me on any of my platforms, you know I've been making fun of Kanye and Kyrie situation for the past 2 weeks. I got skits on it. In general, those people attacked Kyrie, but didn't attack Amazon. Amazon is the one carrying that anti-Semitic documentary. It's now the documentary itself is wild. It's wild. Okay, I've seen clips from it. I've heard clips. I've read stuff from it. It is fucking wild. It is crazy that black people are so susceptible to misinformation when it comes to stuff like that. And partly it's because the United States of America have had taught us terrible like history from white perspective. So we try to avoid all of their information and only take in a certain amount of information that's not vetted, that's not peer reviewed, even by our own peers. Even if you don't trust the white people, you don't deal with peer reviews with even within your own race of people. And if they disagree with you, they whitewashed that type of deal. But I can understand why we end up with in the Hebrew Israelites and stuff along them lines. So yeah, I needed to talk about this. That's wild. The documentary is wild, but here's the thing: the Jewish folk who got on Kyrie and Kanye, well, they didn't get on Amazon. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they have Mein Kampf still on Amazon. Like, apparently they took it down at some point, but now it's the fuck back up. Apparently, I saw this argument about it was a Jewish man himself who argued that it should be up because it needed to be viewed in talked about opposed to hidden. I mean, that's their stuff. Fuck all that. I don't want no KKK books written, and in these KKK books, they say all this wild, crazy shit about black people, even though we know that the shit they're talking about is fucked up. I wouldn't want that out there, but that's just me. There might be a black person. There are black people who collect blackface stuff just cause of that whole thing. But okay, let's keep going.
Human beings, you just post a link to Schindler's List and y'all write your own captions.
Yeah. Oh, again, why the fuck didn't they attack Amazon? I do. If you want to cancel anybody or you want to with anybody's pockets, it should have been Amazon's, right? They're the ones that allowed that shit to be up.
Nowhere near the Holocaust. In fact, he's not even certain it existed.
That's the wild shit from. Okay, I see where you're going, Dave. But yeah, that's the wild shit from the documentary. The whole the Holocaust. The Holocaust didn't happen, or it was the numbers were fudged up, and something along all those lines. Yeah, that's uber. Yeah, that's uber anti-Semitic. So Kyrie again should have apologized, but the extra shit that came with it was just some extra shit. It was really them trying to break him and trying to be like, bitch, we can make you do what we want. And he was like, nah, I ain't gotta play basketball. People had an issue with that whole first couple of minutes, because I didn't see him say that before. Like, there are a lot of Jewish folk. There's a lot of Jews in Hollywood. I mean, I've been hearing that my entire life.
It's not a crazy thing to think.
So here's the thing. The Jewish people weren't allowed to do things when they got to America either. They didn't become white until a certain time in America. I can't remember when. But the Jews got here, they were segregated and discriminated against. So they went out to California and they themselves, for the most part, created Hollywood. So the Jews run Hollywood is super anti-Semitic, but there's some truth to it, because they are the ones who created Hollywood because of what they did. You know what I'm saying? It's like black people created Black Wall Street in Tulsa. That got burned to the fucking ground because white people wild. But yeah, there's some truth to Hollywood having a lot of Jewish folk in positions of power because they are the ones who went out there and was like, "Fuck you, crackers. We gonna do our own thing." So yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm guessing the whole stuff about Jewish folk is over. I'm gonna continue watching this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll probably just keep playing and watching and reacting, but that's crazy. All right, let me see.
Whoever they are. We got a great show.
Okay, so one of the things I've been saying, and I'll continue to say to my black folk, to anybody, honestly, one of the things I've been saying, and I will continue to say, who are they? I think that's where the whole anti-Semitism thing needs to end or start, rather. End, start. Who are they? You need to find out who these they are and put their name out there. Put the name out there. That's what I was saying about Kanye. Kanye was dropping every rapper's name or everybody who disagreed with him who was black, but he refused to say the names of the people he was specifically addressing who were doing the things that made him angry. Enslaving him, making him a new slave, and those things he's been yelling out for the past 5 to 6 years. The media, the liberal media, yeah, Kanye. Woo. And then Kanye, you know what he did? He had a spreadsheet on his phone. These are all the lists of the people from the media people. And everyone in red, and the screen was entirely red. Everyone in red was Jewish. That's what he did, and that's what he said. Man, put their names out there. Everybody who's doing people dirty, put their names out there. You know what I said though? You know what I said about this whole thing with Kanye? I said, just because from a hip hop perspective, I think we need to look over Little Dicky's, the rapper, Little Dicky's, his contract, what contract he got for his music. Look over the contract Mac Miller got, who's also Jew. Both of these guys are Jewish. Asher Roth, I believe he's Jewish as well. We need to look over his contract. We need to look over all of the Jewish rappers' contracts, right? Look at their contracts and then compare them to their black and brown counterparts and see if what's going on is true or not. Obviously, everybody's contract is not going to be the same, but if you know anything about hip hop, we all know about the standard, nowadays at least, the last 10 years, the standard 360 deal. I don't know exactly what that is. I will research it. If you know what it is, tell me in the comments what a 360 deal is. I don't know exactly what it is, but it sounds like they fuck you over, essentially. They fuck you over. I've heard T-Pain talk about it, and I'm not entirely sure if this is the 360 deal, but he has said that like they give you a certain amount of money, and you have to make that money back. But they make it incredibly hard for you to make that money back. For example, like you can't go to certain studios. You have to go to the studio they will pay for. And that studio will put you in a deeper hole than going to a studio where either you created yourself and stuff along those lines. Like they'll do things to put you in a deeper into a deeper debt. So yeah, but I would like to see all of those Jewish rappers who got deals. I would like to see what they have on their contracts. Even though Post Malone's probably not Jewish. I think he was a country singer before he was a rapper. I think he said that. So he's probably not fucking Jewish. But Post Malone, I would like to see what Post Malone's contract looked like. Or what's that crappy, it was a Little Pump or any of these people. I would like to see what those contracts look like. If Kanye's argument holds any weight. And people and black people have been saying this for the longest time. Shit, I think Sammy Davis Jr. warned Michael Jackson on television about the Jewish folk, right? It was done in a joking way, but he was dead ass and serious, and he looked like right in Michael's eyes. So, yeah, we've heard about the businessmen in general. In general, when it comes to the entertainment business, so it's cutthroat in general. It's cutthroat in general has nothing to do with them being Jewish, but a lot of them are Jewish. But I think it would say a lot if we look at white people's contracts who are rappers, or not just any honestly anybody, and then you look at black people's, and then maybe we'll find if there's inconsistency there. Otherwise, we don't have any evidence of this. We do have. That would be incredibly untruthful for me to say. We have evidence, not specifically against Jewish people, but the industry in general treating black creators, black writers, black artists, black musicians, black people since the beginning of us being able to do so like shit. I don't know how many times I heard stories about a businessman stealing some black musicians' money. Like, I think Stevie Wonder's like manager fucking took a shitload of his money. Like his manager owns a part of his masters or something along those lines. Something that like you would think Stevie Wonder would own, but no. Stevie signed a contract that says essentially that the manager owns this or that. And like, Stevie Wonder, did they write the contract in Braille? Like, he can't see. So anyway, yeah. Oh, we also talked about, and not only that, Dave Chappelle talked about how he lost the Chapelle show and how they had his name and likeness in perpetuity, so he couldn't name it the Chapelle Show if he wanted to do the Chapelle Show anymore. So they had name and likeness in perpetuity, and we've heard these stories about Hollywood businessmen screwing over black and brown people, specifically black people, and nothing being done about it, except people like Jay-Z. As much as I don't like him, he will go and look after the young artists he deemed worthy, I guess, of looking after. I watched this interview, Drink Champs. Bobby Shmurda is very clear that like Jay-Z looked after him. Jay-Z and his people looked after Bobby Shmurda after he signed that Epic deal. Y'all remember the video of him on the table rapping when that song "Hot Nigga" was hot. You get a lot of these black businessmen who will look after some people as best they can. I know Kendrick Lamar, he got looked after. A lot of the people who are like second and third generation entertainers get looked after. Again, like J. Cole, caveat to like he's lineage of Jay-Z, and Kendrick is lineage of Dr. Dre. Drake is lineage of Lil Wayne, who got royally screwed out of his own, like royally screwed out of money according to himself. So yeah, this was an interesting watch. Thank you for watching. I don't think I'm going to be able to edit 30 minutes of footage. But thank you all for watching. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop. Yes.